Gen Z kids are really smart though, but Ronin is the smartest guy in the room. Secure the first blood, and now the whole team is charging onto him. How you gonna manage this amount of pressure? The answer is gonna be no. Shaheen is gonna take him down. On the other side, Orkan Esports is also joining the fray, but what was that? Hazara takes down OG. Art is now in a bit of trouble. Core is really trying to just win this 1v1. If he does, he loses. He might get an upper hand, but unfortunately, Shaheen, right now, he was in his 2 from, and no way! Team GNP Esports instantly wipes out Omgun Esports in a few seconds. Holy crap, what was that? It was a quick fight and it's done. GNP Esports, 4 eliminations in a row. The one man down, like Shadow died, and they were like, you know what? It's over. It's over for you guys. How dare you? How dare you to kill our guy? Are you? It's really important. It's an integral part of the game. That cover a hot location, but look at that! That spray from the side of Falsel. A perfect spray takes down Kafan, and now Falsel just charging onto him.
Save the bullets. Save the bullets.
Well, yeah.
He was just saving the bullets, and now he's going to get those bullets and the resources from the crate of the enemy that he just destroyed right now with his vehicle. But talking about the circle, majority of the teams are still inside the safety net of the circle of another team. Grim, they have the control of the Georgiapol higher ground, Georgiapol Hill, but they need to be careful of the other team. That is going to be 7AKS, because if 7AKS start rotating, well, they can spot Grim Esports. In fact, Grim Esports can also do a lot of damage on the side of 7AKS. So let's see what's going to happen. But right now, all the action can happen towards the eastern side, or maybe towards the side of Ruins, because there are so many teams present.
Yeah, there are so many teams in the center of the circle. To be honest, I like the play. Like, I really like the way these teams are playing. Focusing on this spray. Takes down DD at Yuffie. And in fact, it was none other than Cyrus who secured that kill. Kyodai is also looking good. The team from the Nepal region. Your one pick. Summer has a chance. Summer has a beautiful chance. And he will convert it into 2 knocks. But unfortunately, he goes down from those TP shots from Rashad. The fights are really panning out and the teams are really looking good. But on the other side, Knockout has to fall back. He just has to go away. Oh no, oh, that wasn't a good bump though. He could have killed himself, but finally he's in a safe position. But he lost his teammates. Every single one is down. Now he's on his own. On the other side, Retaliation X just trying to engage in some fights. Pin down the players of 7AS. Flex with that one grenade. Is it worth it? The answer is no.
Well, right now, Retaliation X Flex, yes, he is wasting away a few of the resources to get the perfect knock onto the opponent of 7AKS, who are trying to come from the northern side. Right now, they are in the Water City where another team is present. But look at the surroundings in the mini-map. Some other team is also trying for the rotation. They can do a third party the minute they're going to hear all that commotion that is happening in this particular area. Right now, the major focus of all the teams is to have a good spot, have a prime spot inside the circle. In fact, a golden spot that could lead them to a winner-winner chicken dinner. But Retaliation X, they are looking good. Finish points already in their favor. But on the others, BTS Mafia finds one beautiful knock onto the opponent. Now he needs to patch up himself as soon as possible. But on the other side, a grenade is being cooked. Can Naruto lob it to the perfection and find one more knock?
Yeah.
But no, he's going to get the confirmation onto Rocky, who was bleeding out. And now Rashnath is going to retaliate. Beautiful knock onto Dominic over there, but he also goes down through the retaliation grenade. And now BTS Mafia, what he is going to do?
Damn, it's a grenade fight though. Shadow, both the teams are really looking strong, but now one man down from each side. CMF, they're really trying to get something out of it. Naruto, if this grenade is going to be perfect, he might get another knock, but the answer is going to be no. Deathstorm, he has 0 first aid kits. He has to rely on those bandages. And a beautiful knock by Abel Not OP. He has another one. He's cooking it to the perfection, but unfortunately, it just dropped out. Naruto with another grenade. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Applenaut has to convert this into a victory grenade. Will he be able to do that? Oh my goodness, he did that. Shadow. That was a beautiful grenade, and he converted those two players into two crates. Plus, they faced an elimination. One-man army is out.
Well, certainly one-man army is out, and we have 13 teams, 48 players still remaining in the lobby. But BTS Mafia, what a fight it was! Good projectiles of the grenades that were coming from the side of Mafia. Entire team, yes, they faced a casualty over there. They lost Rocky in the process, but 3 defeat points already in their favor. I think it's a good deal, fair deal. You have 3 points, and you're already in the top 13. And you have good resources as well. But from the looks of it on the mini map, I can see the circle has taken a shift towards the side of ruins, a concentric shift, and now Grim Esports, well, they have to leave the safety of the higher ground and have to move inside the circle. But Illuminate Esports, they're also finding few knocks. Let's see if they can convert those knocks into the finished points. But Nepali Lions, look at their position. They are placed perfectly to gatekeep Grim Esports.
Oh, this looks like a dead trap, Shadow. This looks like a really beautiful dead trap. Will it work? We'll see in the near future. Meanwhile, Susan goes down. Sky takes down Chief, and Simpson is going to convert that kill instantly. Grim on the other side, just trying to rotate towards his teammate, which is a good decision though. They're making one split. Rixie from distance, but down a lot of bullets, just down a lot of damage. Sugak just want to continue that too. Force the teammates of KS Axe to just get out of your vehicle and fight for your life. On the other side, Sogak secured one knock, but it's going to be very difficult to convert that knock into a kill because the distance is quite a lot, and the smokes are also providing them some cover. It's just working out as an extra cover, but Sinks goes down. Fantastic. It seems like his teammates converted that knock into a kill. They stole that kill and they secured one elimination point for themselves. Naeem on the other side also engaging in the fight against the players of KS Axe. Now they just drop down to only 2 players. It's going to be Sinks and Double Six. Let's see how these 2 players is going to play. RGC OPEX. Are they going to allow them to live, or just going to take both of them down? Fourth circle is also closing in. 5 seconds left of the clock. Shadow. It's a really close call. It's a really close call though. Sinks has to be careful. He's also in the open area, and Double Six goes down. And there's only one man left inside of KS Axe. Maybe. Okay. It seems like Grim already spotted him down. Naeem might secure this one, and yes, he did that. Oh my goodness, this man did a 1v4 against the players of KS Axe. That's ridiculous. Just the opening game, dude. You have to chill down, but it seems like he is really hungry. He needs some points, and 5 eliminations. But then one lad, that's amazing, Shadow.
Well, certainly another lad is being very amazing as he's knocking down Hussein from those grenades over there, and another fight is gonna erupt between the players of NLN and Grim Esports. And as NLN, they have the safety net of the compounds, and Grim Esports, well, if they lob a few more good grenades in the direction of NLN, I think things might work in their favor. But we can also see there are other teams like Gorkhali Warriors in the close vicinity and proximity, so they can also do a third party. And now both these teams, Nepali Lions and Gorkhali Warriors and Grim Esports, they are still not in the safety net circle. So this is a moment when you have to prioritize a circle. This is the 5th phase circle that is going to close in. So this is a moment to prioritize, but no, these teams are going to take this fight. They're not going to avoid, but look at the position of one of the player of Nepali Lion Esports. He can do so much damage, and Love is already down on his knees. Another player is also surviving on a 1 HP, and he's trying to go for the first aid, but a Molotov. Right, for the gunpower of Nepali Lions, can they take down multiple players? As Avi goes down, 2 players goes down from the side of Nepali Lion Esports, and Grim Esports, they are also suffering casualty as 3 players have been lost. last man standing, and he's a little far away from his teammates. He needs to hide. He needs to hide. He needs to make sure that he doesn't lose any muscle and go for 2 points, because now he's outnumbered. It's a 1v2 situation for him.
Yeah, I think so. It's done. It's done for that one team, Nepali Lions Zerdi. They're also surviving. They're also fighting till the end. But Sogak with that amazing spray takes him down. But I don't think so. He can survive against the blue. And he goes down by the blue zone. They connect at the 11th position. And we lost 2 more teams though. And the second one is great game in Eco. Genos had one of the greatest opportunity of his life, but couldn't able to convert that into a kill. Spotted out the players of Fab 4. And just trying to convert those knocks into some kills. Some kills for himself, and he does that. Look at that amazing spray. Nepali Lions though, they also faced an elimination at the 9th position. There's one team who has a control of this beautiful compound inside the circle, and it's none other than AST. The way they are playing, the way they are holding, the way they are managing to take their opponents down is really impressive. Summer with the grenade. This might work. This might test out some amount of damage, but it's not perfect.
Well, it is not perfect, but Kyodai, the way spray transitions are coming from their side, one of the player, I think it is Genos, this guy has the ability to go for a very good spray transitions, but as I speak, call it Caster's curse, Summer hits the ground, he has been taken down, and now Kyodai, they have to go for the revival. 4 defeat points already in their favor, 7 teams, 24 players still remaining, and the 5th circle is gonna start closing in any minute. They'll have only 20 seconds to move in the safety net of the circle, but grenades is being lobbed between RGC Opex and Gorkhali Warriors. It's a fight of the grenades. Let's see who's going to come on the top. Naim is a little far away, providing the support from the back lines, but look at the position of AST Esports. They are also in the close proximity. That means third party is gonna happen, and Naim, he just survived on a sliver of HP.
It's a really close call. Shadow was a really close call. On the other side, it's talk about fantastic. This team Opex secured 5 kills, and they need some more, but they are really far away from the circle because it's the 6th circle, and they are 120 meters far away from the safe zone. On the other side, we talk about Zero takes down Sky, and he was the final player of Illuminate crew. On the other side, Menba also showcasing his skills, takes down Unwan, and he was a very, very important player. But now Opex has to play with 2 players. No way, they lost another one, and they face an elimination. That was really bad, Shadow.
Well, it was certainly bad, but on the other side, Flex also finds an opportunity. RL and Kozo also down. Fab 4, they are falling down one after another, and Fabulous 4 with 6 elimination wins bye-bye at 5th position. Now we have 4 teams fighting amongst each other, but 15 players still remaining. And with that, the team in the orange, that is BTS Mafia, they have the prime spot to go for the winner-winner chicken dinner as long as they stick together. But Retaliation X from the southern side, they have a little bit of the ridges to work around with. So situation is also in the favor of RX team as well. But Cyrus from the side of AST finds a beautiful knock, and this team is leading in the terms of defeat points because they already have 7 defeat points, and Zio takes a hefty damage. Now he needs to patch up. Look at the vest. He just has level 3 helmet, but the vest has taken a lot of damage, so he needs to be little bit of careful. But look at that. Warriors, Gorkhali Warriors, they are also on the verge of elimination.
Yeah, they might find themselves onto the receiving edge. On the other side, Cyrus with that amazing Molly, Gorkhali Warriors. Now the problem is pretty huge for them. On the other side, we talk about AST also moving in. They're really trying their level best to at least get something out of it. We have the top 4 teams in front of us, and AST is still inside the circle. Shadow, there's only one team, and that is Retaliation X, who can give them a good competition. Other than that, I don't think so any team can do that, because both the teams who are into the lobby, other than RX and AST, they are outside the safe zone, so they have to move in, they have to close in, and at that situation, AST, in fact Kyodai, or we can say might take both of them down, but let's see. For now, Retaliation X has 8 eliminations, 8 kills. That's really huge. And they're also trying to, blow up. It's really important to, burst out those vehicles. But oh, 14 was very close. But they're receiving a good amount of damage, and they don't even have some of the first aid kits. Look at that. Some of the players don't even have those first aid kits. 15 bandages for RD. On the other side, they received a lot of damage, but back. Retaliation is really retaliation perfectly, and BTS Mafia is out.
Well, they were out there in the open. They had to move inside the circle, and Retaliation X, along with Kyotai, were shooting in that direction. Obvious, but PSG is being really aggressive as they are moving in the direction of Gorkhali Warriors. They take Pikachu down, but Cyrus also hits the ground now. Kyotai, they are paying the price of over-aggression. Yes, they are going to points already in their favor, but they are also hitting the ground, and Retaliation X was just waiting for this moment. Two players of Kyotai already on the team, and they are going and shooting at the third player also. The last man standing on the side of Kyotai, can he do a 1v4 against Retaliation X? And the answer is no. And in the very first game of PMCO South Asia Fall Split 2022, Retaliation X gets a winner chicken dinner for themselves.
That was a beautiful chicken dinner. 16 eliminations.
Yeah.
That is crazy, Shadow. It's a huge number, by the way. You'll get 15 total points if it's just going to finish at the first position. And this got one extra point from that chicken dinner. Basically, it's going to calculate it. 16 points plus 15, it's going to be 31 total points. And they are going to be on the first position with overall ranking. 2300 damage. That's huge.
Well, certainly it is huge, the amount of elimination points which they have gathered for themselves. 16 elimination, it is definitely huge. They are making a statement from the very start of the game. Not just Retaliation X, yes, nothing taken away from Retaliation X, but Kyodai also. The way this team started the game very itself, they eliminated one of the teams. After that, their aggression was not stopping. They were going for the defeat points one after another. In fact, they were also in the prime spot to go for the big win for themselves and get those 15 placement points. But in the end, they were a little over aggressive. They went in towards the side of Gorkhali Warriors. That is when they started falling apart. Otherwise, they were also in a very good spot.
But you know what? It was just a start. It was just the first game of the day. You still have 4 left in the backpack, and next it's going to be a Myanmar, which is going to be a different map other than Erangel. So let's see how that one map is just going to pan out. But before that, we have a lot of things to talk about. The way every single team is playing was amazing, right? I really thought it was going to be a slow start. It certainly was till the 8 minutes, but after that, every single team was engaging in some fights. And some of the teams were looking very strong in terms of that gun power, as well as we talk about their synergy. But let's take a look at the MVP of the first match of the game, and it's none other than Cyrus from Kyodai. 5 eliminations, 951 damage, 5 knocks. So knock to elimination conversion is 100%.
Well, certainly it is 100%. Kyodai is definitely one of the team to look out for in the remaining 4 games as well, because the aggression was unstoppable, and the standard player is definitely in front of our eyes. Yes, he was doing majority of the work. The damage that he was dishing out single-handedly is close to 951 that you mentioned. It is a pretty high number, pretty high stats coming from a single lad from the side of Kyodai. But his teammate also, I forgot the name, I think it was Zoya. His spray transition was so damn good. The minute he picked Scarel, he was shooting players from the moving vehicle. So this is one of the team that we really need to look out for. Along with that, I think BTS Mafia was also showcasing a very good performance in the previous game.
To be honest, you know what, every single teams, as I just told it earlier, right? I told you earlier, they're just testing the waters, which is really important, right? You need to you know that how the opponent teams are playing, and how you can reply to that aggression. And some of the teams are really playing like it's a normal match, it's a normal day for them, and they secured some good points. But if we're talking about players, let's take a look at the top players of this map. And out of those 5 players, 3 of them is from Retaliation X.
Well, certainly, Retaliation X, when you get 16 elimination points, your teammates are definitely going to be in top players. Look at then, Zolex is having 6 elimination, I'm sorry, Adi is having 5 elimination, Fardeen is having 5, Naim is also having 5 elimination. So that means it was not a one-sided victory from a individual player or 2 individual players. It was a team effort. All the 4 players in the team, they know how to go for the aggressive stance, they know how to play the role of the assaulter, the IGL. They are perfectly fitting in their role. That is where 16 elimination came from this team. But Kyodai is also not so far behind because 5 elimination just only from the side of Cyrex.
Yeah, that's amazing. By the way, Nayam, if we talk about this one man, RGCO picks, he was the one who took out one team from the lobby, and that was none other than KSX. So he has a lot of caliber in himself. He just wants to, just need to, just shine that. He just need to polish those skills, and he will become unstoppable. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time to let's take a look at the match ranking of the game. As we know, Retaliation X finished at the first position. They'll get the highest amount of placement points. Plus, they achieve the highest amount of elimination points, and that's why they have 21 total points. Then, Kyodai with 21. Fabulous 4 esports with a great start. 12 points. BDS Mafia on the 4th position with 12 points. On the other side, Gorkhali Warriors. Okay, here comes an interesting point to talk about. They're really dependent on those placement points. I can see that pretty clearly, especially on this map, right? I don't know about what's going to happen in the next 4 games, but for now they were dependent. They were dependent on those placement points, and they achieved 10 placement points and only 1 single.
Well, certainly they were dependent on the placement points, but it is just the very first game. There are still 4 more games left this day particularly. So I think they can showcase good performance. The only problem I had with Gorkhali were they were pinned down. They were pinned down in that situation. They couldn't do anything that they can capitalize and go for the elimination point. They were just basically pinned down, and every single time the circle was going away from them. That is where the problem was happening with this team. But on the other side, I have complaints with 7AKS. This team had a good spot, but they were making so much noise. They were making their presence felt to so many teams during the rotation. That is why they faced an early elimination. They are sitting on the 16th spot with 0 points to them. One Man Army also faced an early elimination, sitting on the 15th spots with 0 points. But on the other side, Nepali Lions Esports, well, they have a few elimination points to work around with. 3 elimination, total 4 points, sitting on the 9th spot, so they can still take a climb in the leaderboard.
Yeah, they certainly can. They certainly can do that. And again, it's going to be an important job for some of the teams to, play well in the upcoming matchups. Because if you had a bad start, it doesn't mean you'll have a bad ending. Some of the stories start pretty happily, and then we might see sad endings too. So just hold your hearts and stay positive. That's what I'm gonna say. But for now, we talk about the next map. It's gonna be Miramar, and I'm really excited for that one because I really want to see those long-range fights. Teams should pick up those bolt actions and go for those marksman rifle too, because that is a really good option, especially in a map like Miramar. You can take a lot of long-range fights and you can win those too. You can easily steal a lot of kills. We have seen a lot of similar type of strat, stealing opponent's skills, securing a lot of picks, and in fact getting some finish points in the Erangel map. We might see a refined version of the same strats in the Miramar, and I would love to see that. I would love to see that if it's gonna happen or not. What do you think, Shadow? What's gonna happen in the Miramar map?
I'm sadist. I want the teams to rush into the compounds, barge into the compounds, and have those third parties. That is why I love Pakistan region. But this time, Pakistan team was not able to perform up to the mark. But I'm still waiting for the aggression that Pakistan region brings, Nepal region, and Bangladesh region brings. But we were talking about the Australian team also, Shivansh, and GNP. They were the first one to get 4 elimination points. They defeated Omgan Esports over there. So Australian Esports, not Australian Esports, Australian Esports team that we have, GNP, they also have good capability.
Yeah, they certainly have. They are pretty strong. If we talk about their individual, power, they are strong. Like, there's no
Yeah.
doubt in that. They have good team synergy. Plus, they know how to convert a knock into a team wipe, right? If they faced one casualty, they still go in, still opt for a fight, and despite of the fact, despite of a one-man loss, they still managed to create some chaos and eliminate a team who has all the four players alive. So yeah, they have the capability. But again, you know what? This is the place where a patience will be tested. But for now, let's take a look at the schedule, and then we can talk about what are the games, what are the other games, and what is going to be the next map. As we are talking about a lot about this particular map, Miramar is going to be the next matchup for us for this fall split, and then we have another wrangle. Then we have Sanok, and then at the final map, it's going to be another wrangle.
Well, certainly, in the very first game, it was Bangladesh region Retaliation X that got a big win for themselves. Let's see in match number 2 in the deserty fields of Miramar, which region is going to dominate, which team is going to come on the top. If we talk about teams, which team, Shivansh, impressed you the most in this particular game?
GNC, obviously, I told you, right? I'm a big fan of the Australian esports. I'm a big fan of the Australian content creators. So I'm not biased though. I really like the way they played. Plus, there's only one team representing that one region. I love the way they played. Plus, if we talk about Kyodai, again, uh, we had a conversation about this one thing, and that is the Nepal domination. If you have 7 teams out of 16 teams, some of the teams, they have to perform. If you won't able to do that, then no way this will not work out. But again, we all know that it's the Nepali teams. They have the power. They have the man advantage, what we can say right now, 7 teams. So some of them have to perform, and that's why Kyodai just outperformed and secured some good points from the previous matchup.
Well, certainly they have an advantage. 7 Nepali teams. You know your opponents very well when you're competing with a different new region. That is where your skills are being tested. So other regions which are coming with a single team, I have to give them a benefit of doubt also that they are competing with these teams for the first time or the second time. But on the other side, Nepal, all the 7 teams, they know each other very well. You know your region, you know your opponents very well. So that advantage you'll definitely have. But you were talking about team synergy. I
Yeah.
felt BTS Mafia is also one of the team that have a very good team synergy because of a fight that happened near the ruins area,
Yeah.
the grenade fight. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that certainly was. In fact, it was a lengthy grenade
Yeah.
fight between those two teams. So you have to, just lob those grenades. You need to, cook those grenades perfectly. If 1 second, if you're 1 second short or 1 second long, you're already giving your opponents a chance to just escape from that area. On the other side, if we talk about the next map is started, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Miramar map in front of us. We have the map. In fact, the plane path in front of us starts from the El Pozo, heading towards the south side of Los Leones, the big city, the biggest city present in the PUBG Mobile. And let's see how many teams are going to drop out near the Los Leones area. My gamble is going to be 2. What about you, Shadow?
My gamble on the zone or the team?
Like the teams, how many teams is just gonna drop out at the Los Leones area?
Uh, at least 2 teams I'm
Yeah.
expecting. At least 2
Okay.
or 3 teams. Minimum 2 teams. They have to be. This is a very big city. If 2 teams are not entering into Los Leones, I'm very disappointed.
Okay. I can clearly agree to that because I was also opting for the similar thing. You know what? Los Leones is a type of area which will provide you a good amount of loot. Plus you can always rely on your opponents to come towards you. You'll get an height advantage, and then you can easily exploit that against your opponents. Plus now you have the circle too. Look at that. If we talk about the plane path, it's really opposite from the plane path, so it's going to be a tough one for the teams who dropped out onto the northern area of the map. Meanwhile, okay, KSX we might see them in an early engagement because they dropped out at the Montenegro area, and we can see there's another team at the same vicinity.
Well, certainly in Picardo also, two teams are sharing the same compound, the same city of Picardo. That means early fights are going to happen in the deserty field of Miramar. Miramar is known for a slow-paced game, but this time I think we are up for a very early fight and casualties happening. Right now, two teams, like you also mentioned in Bontenuo, one of them is 7KS. Well, 7KS, they were placed on the 16th position in the very first game. So this game is important for them. They need those points, and if they were hoping for a safe gameplay, they are definitely not up for it right now.
Yeah, no way, no way. They might, they opt for a save gameplay and they will win this. I don't think so that there's a chance. But Shadow, look at that. He's just trying to get, Samira to just get onto the top of the building. On the other side, if we talk about GNP Esports, I really like this team. On the other side, Gremlin getting into some fights, and it seems like they're also winning them. No way! No way, Fantastic is down. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
But where are his teammates? That's the main question. The last time in Erangel, Team OPEX was performing really good. They were coming out on the top, and this time in the very few minutes of the game of Miramar, they lost one of the player. Now they have to survive as a three-man army. They better run away from the situation and go for the resources, go for the weaponry and the loot required in the final circle. But right now, 7AK is, well, 66, he has a UMP 45, and I know UMP 45, what a deadly weapon it is in a close range, but you also need to be careful because I saw 66 is not having any armor, no helmet, no vest. So you better be careful if you're going to peek from that window.
Oh, yeah, you have to be. You know what? This is a time where your skills will get tested, though. And I'm really happy, right? Teams are opting for those SLRs, a weapon which is has a high capability, but teams never opt for those type of weapons. Let's see how they're going to utilize it.
Well, let's see how they're going to utilize because 7AK as this game is important for them, and I can't see too many resources in their hands. Mountain City doesn't offer loot for two teams that they can survive and have a close frontal battle with each other. But yes, 66 right now he's looking in a very wrong direction as the enemy is towards the other side. But it's always best to check your backs. Make sure there is no chance of a third party happening from the back lines because all those windows, you never know from where who is shooting, and that is what 66 is trying to do, peeking from every single window and checking if there is an enemy present in the opposite building over there. But on the other side, talking about the region that are dominating, definitely it was Bangladesh region's
Yeah.
first game. Which region you want to see dominating in this particular one in Miramar?
You know what? Again, I really want to see the Sri Lankan region because right now we have two teams from the Sri Lanka region. On the other side, unknown with that amazing spray, converted that knock into a kill. Okay, man is still bleeding out, and he will get the kill will get confirmed instantly. And yep, here we go. But as just mentioned, right, I really want to see the Sri Lankan region outperform here, and that is going to be a interesting thing to watch. But let's see what's just going to happen because again, you're outnumbered if you're going to compare it with the Nepali team. So you have to just give your 200% though. So yeah,
The way Geltrix OP is running out in the open, he better be careful of the position of the opponent player in that building because he's out there in the open any minute. He can be taken down, and there is no chance of a revival in this situation. Also, because the fights of the urban city happens just like this. You find an orc, you rush into the compound and take down the remaining players as well. But right now, other team that is also going for a rotation, early rotation, in fact, is going to be 4 Ultra Instinct from Bangladesh.
yeah.
Let's see which area they are going to hold because on the southern side they have AST, on the northern side in Picardo they have two teams.
Dude, it's going to be a lengthy game. Let,
Yeah.
let me mention this one thing. Look at the space between some of the teams. In fact, almost every single team, they are dodging the fights and not even looking forward to take some of the fights. And again, it's a part of the game, right? 70 expert out to the GRP. Hazard, oh, Hazard, in fact, barely survived that spray, but now he's in a good position, though. So, yep, for now it's good. For now it's working out. and it have to, it just has to work out in his favor. Zara might get okay, he's in a really awkward situation. He's surrounded by the players of KSX. He has uh, he has some bandages and that's it. And the teammates are really far away. It's an awkward situation, Shadow.
Well, he's trying to patch himself up as soon as possible, and yes, he's in a bit of a pickle right now as 7AKS. All the four players are in the close proximity, and his own team is a little far away. If he gets taken down, help won't come to him as soon as he's hoping it will come. It is going to take some time, so he needs to be careful, and that is what he is trying to do. So he's trying to patch himself up, but his own teammate. Look at the position of the other player also, Keton over there. He can provide the necessary cover fire required in the situation. If the players of 7AKS comes out in the open and try and take him down, they can also be punished. So the angles are being held to the perfection. But Zeltrox, if he finds a knock onto Kitan over there,
Yeah.
that is when 50% of the work is done, and 7AKS can hope this fight can work in their favor.
It might work, but look at that. Keaton with an amazing knockout. And now EXO is down. Oh, what was that, Keaton? Another amazing spray. Holy moly. That was I'm talking about, right? The gun power, the raw aim is really beautiful. It's beautiful to witness.
Well, certainly it is beautiful to witness over there. Yes, Kiton was in a bit of difficult situation, but he played his perfect, found a beautiful knock onto the player of 7KS. Can he take another player down in the close frontal battle? And the answer is yes. Two of the players of 7KS are already down, and now Zelfox is the last man standing. What can he do? 1v3 is way too much to deal with, and he also gets taken down. An entire team of 7AKS has been eliminated. The patience that GNP showed in this situation paid off really well without suffering any casualty. They got 4 defeat points in their favor, but 7AK is second game also not in their favor. Again, they are placed on the 16th spot. Two back-to-back bad games. They need to go back to the drawing board and see what is not working for them. But GNP Esports, well, again, a good start for them.
I think so. The aggression, right? The aggression is not even helping them. You know what? Sometimes you think you need to, focus on your aggressive plays, which is really a good thing, which is really an important part of the game. But sometimes you just have to play slow. You know what? Things work out slowly, and you just need to trust the process, right? That's what I always suggest to the young departing players, though. But for now, nothing is working out with that one team, and that is KS. So yeah, again, as I just mentioned, going to the that what is going wrong and what we can change. To be honest, they got a lot of time, plenty of time left because the other game is just gonna start after a while.
Well, certainly they have time, but right now, Illuminate Crew, they have their eyes set on the players of Grim Esports over there who are going for the rotation inside the circle. But Illuminate Esports are also being a little careful. They realize that the distance between Himson and Soga of Grim Esports is way too much to fire any bullet and try and take him down, because that is almost next to impossible. Instead, just take the information and work around that information that there is an enemy in the close proximity, and work around with that. But now
Yeah.
we have 14 teams and 51 players, and well, the weapon you were asking for.
The MG3, the light machine gun, the best gun you can get inside the air draw, but the not the best weapon, especially in the Miramar map. I would still prefer an AWM, but yeah, it's a good gun. Although you'll get a level 3 kit, and that is going to be your primary objective, though. So for now, Shadow, 14 teams in the lobby. We already saw past the 12, in fact, the 11-minute mark. So waiting for that huge fight. We're waiting for the huge rotation. Look at that. Thanks for the mini map. Thanks a lot to the production team showing us the mini map. It's looking good for the teams who drop out at the center, and they are still present in the center of the map.
Well, yes, OPEX is present in the center, and they lost one of the player in the very early stage of the game. They are working as a 3-man army, but the circle Their position is in their favor, so that means they can go for the placement points. But I can't say the same thing for the teams rotating from the side of Chumasera, because so many teams are onto the tails of each other. They need to be a bit careful, as third party can happen any minute. But Omgun Esports OG tries to take down one of the player, deals a heavy damage himself as well. But Ronin chimes in, takes Kronos down over there, and find a knock onto Ronin. Ronin takes a hefty damage, but he has a little bit of the ridge to work around with. He's not overexposing himself, but it is impossible right now, next to impossible, to revive the fallen comrade right now.
Yeah, it's really impossible. You know what, Omgun, they are looking good, and if they find this one, they might find some more, and that's just gonna help them. And this might work as a morale booster. Nepal Lions, one casualty. I think so. This will cost them a victory. This might cost them a chicken dinner, but fingers crossed. Let's see. Whatever happens, might, favor them. On the other side, if you talk about, we have only 50 players left in the lobby, and Nepali Lions, they understand, right? There's no way we can win in that situation, because the zone is already shifted apart, and we are really pretty far away from the zone. But Exotic, he's not stopping, dude. He's unstoppable. But the way he's using that mini 14 reminds me of a hitman, though. You need to connect every single headshot if you want to get paid, though. And that's what these players are doing.
Well, that is what they are doing right now, trying to find few good knocks, and one of the player is still bleeding. But look at the position of Oma of One Man Army. He's a little far away. They are a little disjointed. This can go in either ways. This can either, if they are able to find few good initial knocks, this can work in their favor. Otherwise, they can start falling down, because the circle is also closing. The circle, the blue is already giving out the damage, but a blind rush comes in from the side of GNP Esports, and now they're paying the price as two players have been taken down, and Shaheen is the last man standing. What did just happen? What did just happen?
You know what? Sometimes you blink and everything just blow up. That's what just happened. So you have to drive safely, dude. Doesn't matter if it's real life or you're in the game. That
easy
was
come, easy go.
Yeah, that was a Mirado. Now it's just it's done. It's a burned out vehicle. But you know what? They lost 2 players. It doesn't mean they lost the war. Still have a chance. You can still fight for your life, though.
I think Shaheen is the last man standing. So GNP Esports is standing as a one-man army. All they can do is go for the placement points, because last time also they had good defeat points in their favor. Placement points is something they need to work on. And I think in this game, the last man, Shaheen, is exactly going to do so. But for Ultra Instinct, well, they have spotted down Nepali Lions over there. But they also need to make sure that they are inside the safety net of the circle. That is when they are going to pick up a fight. 1 defeat point already in their favor. 14 teams, 47 players remaining. Looking at the loadout, the resources which these teams are having, I don't see too many throwables, especially in the hands of one-man army.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think so. They do get a lot of time to collect some good amount of loot. So they have to work whatever they have right now. And it's really a difficult decision, by the way, because you need to invest those grenades perfectly if you really need a good outcome.
Well, certainly, you need to have those resources, those smokes, those grenades, especially in the map like Miramar. You are out there in the open. You need to use that double-edged sword that gives away your position, but also provides you the necessary cover required. But right now, one-man army is a guy who needs a cover, but before he finds a little bit of the rich cover, he gets taken down instantly as he was trying to move inside the circle. Let's see if he can be revived. They can be saved in the situation, but the chances are very slim, as other players are also falling down, as Agent has been taken down with the mini 14 shots. And what is happening with BTS Mafia? 2 of the players, I could see they are already bleeding out. There is no help, and Retaliation X, well, they are making a mature decision, leaving the players leaving and just move inside the safety net of the circle. But Illuminate Esports, they're also in the close frontal battle with some other team.
Yeah. A lot of fights. Oh, look at that. You know what? The best part is they are collecting some points. They are not going all in. They are collecting few of the points, and it's just gonna stack up, and it just give them an upper advantage in the late game stages. So for some teams it's working out, but for some teams they are losing out a lot of players. On the other side, Exotic, one of the best player, just goes down, and he needs a revive, right? He needs a quick revive so that the team could get that firepower back again.
Well, certainly you need to revive your fallen comrades as soon as possible if you want to win those fights, especially the third parties that can happen in this situation. I can see on the mini-map so many teams are present in the close proximity. Yes, Illuminate crew, their backlines are mostly clear, but they also need to be careful of Grim Esports, I believe, that is in the close proximity. But Sky, well, he's shooting in the smoke blindly, dishing out any damage onto the player, onto the opponent over there, and the opponent, well, the minute he made inside the safety of the ridge, he gets taken down. And
Quite
now,
unlucky.
that was very unlucky.
Yeah, quite unlucky, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
He really thought that he can escape from that position, but unfortunately, oh, look at that agent with a run over. Sometimes you just wanna, just go for some style points. Though it will never it is not something important. But you know what? You just wanna showcase that we are here to, just show some skills, and that's what you're doing. Meanwhile, we might see another team fall apart. We might see another elimination. But it seems like we still have some minute left for that one thing to do. Noka is down. We are unable to see his teammates though. I think so. There's only one player left of that one team, so it's done for them. They have to rely on those placement points. Shadow.
They have 3 defeat points as well, and Oma, Sana of Oma, he has a little track to work around with, but the circle, well, the circle is playing another game. Now he has to travel few meters inside the circle as well. That is when his position might be given. Teams are still in the lobby. That means not too many placement points he will get, but with that big weapon, bolt action, I could see one of the player getting a knock, but on the other side, for you, I need to be careful. I think they can easily go for the revival because Gorkhali Warriors, they are not in a hurry to rush in their direction. Instead, I think they should just prioritize the circle right now.
Yeah, I think so. You know what? You should go for the circle rotations. It's always a better option. It's always a better option. But again, they have a backup, and I think that they should. They always thought about this. You know what? They need to get inside the circle. If they won't able to do that, they might suffer from the blue. On the side, Penba goes down to Kali Warriors, losing out another important player. You have pretty less HP. Howdy, sir. Just hiding behind the tractor. But for how long? They lost an important player, AST Cyrus. He is in a good position. He might go down. But is it going to happen too soon or not? Let's see.
Let's see what's going to happen as Kyotai. They are also in a close frontal battle with the players of Omgun Esports. Omgun, they lost one of the player in the very early stages of the game. Now they have 3 people fighting against Kyodai. Kyodai, they are running high on the confidence. Yes, they are using all the throwables they are having as exotic, beautiful grenade comes in and takes Cyrus down, the star player of Kyodai Esports. But Exotic also gets taken down by a grenade from the side of Genzo over there. And now Kyodai, they're still leading the charge. They're still having an upper hand as they are pinning the players of Team Omgun Esports over there in that little warehouse as Ronin is going for the revival onto the fallen comrade over there. And in the meantime, Nepali Line Esports, they have been eliminated at 12th position.
Yeah, this is the second time I think so Exotic got picked off and couldn't able to survive, especially in this situation. But quite unfortunate for him. But on the other side, if we talk about Kyodai ASTZO, he has a job. Will he able to deserve? Oh, will he able to deliver? Yes, it does. That was a close call. Shadow. Damn, this man is really skillful.
Well, Kyoda is skillful. I have to say, the way they are picking their fights. Last time also they were dominating the entire lobby. This time, yes, things are not working in their favor. But on the other side, we have the winners of the previous game as well. Retaliation X. Now they're up against Kyoda. The top two teams of the previous game now going up against each other. That too, not inside the safe circle. They are a little few meters away from the safety net of the circle, and they have only 40 seconds in their hands. Retaliation X, yes, they have the numbers advantage. They have 3 defeat points. They should just run as soon as possible inside the circle, as all the teams they are. In fact, not even a single soul is inside the safe circle.
Yeah, you know what? All the teams just playing a big gamble. If this work out, it will definitely just gonna favor them. If it doesn't, you know what? There's only one thing can save them, and that is themselves. The decisions has to be perfect. If it's not, you're done.
Well, you are done. Retaliation X, I'm still placing my bets on them because they have the numbers, they have the complete control of the southern side. If they're able to deal with the players of Grim Esports, I think this is the game to lose. On the other side, Kyoda Esports, with 2 men, getting a winner chicken dinner seems difficult, but they have the capability, they have the skills required, and the play zone is also coming in, and now Kyoda problems.
Yep.
To knock onto the player of Retaliation X, but also lost one of their own player. This is something they were not expecting.
Flex is doing a great job though. He's waiting for the perfect moment. When it's gonna arrive, that is going to be the biggest question, Shadow. Let's see, Retaliation X. This is going to be the second chance. They might secure another chicken here, but it's gonna be a difficult job.
It is going
If
to
they
be a
pulled it
little
off,
difficult.
they will become the champion of the second round.
Well, they can, but what is happening with Illuminate Esports? Their players are also falling down, and as you were speaking of Retaliation X, call it Caster's Curse, they have been eliminated at 7th spot. Now we have 5 teams, 12 players remaining, and I8, well, they are grabbing too many defeat points, 6 defeat points already in their hands.
They got a good amount of kill points, but you need some more placement points to work out your way into the top 3. So Sean, thrown down in an open area, unaware of the fact there's 2 teams in front of him. Once he got spotted out, he will definitely get killed, but for now he can just spray the sixth circle. Every single team is playing slow. Look at that, 7S. They have the control of the compound for how long. If the circle moves out, it's gonna help team eliminate. And look at that! So Shan takes Naim out, and that is good knock. That is really good knock, but the circle... Oh no. The circle is not a fan of those easy plays. Move towards the center. Centralized shift in the 7th zone. That's crazy, Shadow. On the other side, it's a heroic approach from the side of the players of OPEX. Opted for a revive, and they might get this one. Eliminate crew also cruising into the circle. And I just told you earlier, Shadow, we have only 2 players left from this one team. They might get this one, but it's going to be a really difficult job. 71 meters is going to be the number. But a lot of the players doesn't even have a first aid kit. Why? First of all, why?
Because they were engaged in rotation from the very start. They were engaged in the fights. They didn't go for major loot. They were lacking resources from the very start. They can eliminate esports. Yes, they are picking fight, but they also need to check their backlines. But there is no need, as the team in front of them is going to eliminate them on the 5th spot. Now my eyes are set onto the players of Grim Esports, as they are having the best spot. They have the complete southern control. They have the real estate. They have the circle. This is their game to lose. Everything is working in the favor of Grim Esports, but OPEX from the northern side, they can also start applying pressure, but they don't have the height advantage. The height advantage is with the players of Grim Esports, so that is where I have a feeling this is the game of Grim Esports. But let's see, anything can happen, as AST, well, he's right in the crosshairs of Mifal of OPEX Esports.
OPEX. Find Jack is just making that easy chicken dinner a little bit difficult for them. He was down. Love also got spotted out by Chief, and he knocks him out. 3 teams, 8 players, 7 sins goes out. They got eliminated from the lobby. Kyodai, Genos playing slow. He was playing very good. That was a sneak in action. But now he revealed his position. He takes out Mixful. He might take him down. And yep, he confirmed the kill. But he got traded off. And now it's 1. In fact, it's 2v3 situation. Shadow, it's 2v3 situation against the players of Opex. Grim Gaming needs to confirm this. Grim Gaming has to secure this one. It's going to be an easy one for them. They have the man advantage and they got a knock and it's now unknown. It's 1v3. He takes one down, but he goes down instead. And the chicken dinner goes out from the hands of Opex. Grim. They got it. They got a beautiful chicken dinner. But no, it was a... What?
Yeah.
He did a
That is
1v3?
what I'm saying. Exactly. The last player
Okay.
unknown of Opex came
No way.
in from
It's
the
not
cover
possible, Shadow.
and
Come on.
eliminated. The entire game, this game was in the hands of Grim Esports. They went a little aggressive, but I have to say, RGC Opex, they impressed me from the lower ground, having no advantage at all, not having a numbers advantage, not having position advantage, nothing was working in their favor, just purely on their gunfire. They got a big win for themselves, and not just an easy win, 10 eliminations for them. That means they were aggressive, but this was a very impressive way Unknown came in at the very last moment. Well, 15 placement points, total 25 points in the favor of RGC Opex. A very impressive gameplay from their side.
Yeah, really impressive gameplay. I was quite happy with the performance and you know what? I was surprised. I was surprised that how they managed to pull that off. That chicken dinner. Oh my god, that was a miracle to be honest. I really thought it was a 1v3, wouldn't be able to deliver, but he did that. He did that. And just
Illuminate Esports, okay. We have Sky with 6 elimination, and look at the damage amount that he was dishing out. 1002.
yeah, in fact, out of those 5 knocks, he converted 6 eliminations. In fact, it means here in the fall split, they are one of the best team present in the PMCO fall split, so you have to be careful. 0 headshots though, survival time is 6. The 3 he secured in the final moment was just out of this world.
Well, definitely it was a very impressive gameplay that was coming from the side of RGC Opex. In fact, I was very impressed with the players of Illuminate Crew, also 2 men standing in the coming from their side, but Unknown. Yes, the MVP is Sky, but the way Unknown clutched in the last moment, that was very...
Haunt them tonight. Beat his Mafia. This is
End of today, I think after the 5 matches, we are going to see major...
fought back and secured the chicken. Stole the chicken, by the way. Now we have their angle. To be honest, I just want to ask one thing from you, Shadow, and that is, what do you expect going to be a next step? So, for some teams, in fact, I have seen this a lot of times, that if you collect, we can say for an example, 3 to 4 kills, and then you were like, hey, we are unstoppable, let's go all in, let's kill every single one. I'm not gonna boost you a lot, because at this moment they drop location.
I won't suggest change your drop location. Drop in the area which you are comfortable with. You know the terrain, you know how